Good day, ma'am. This is Angelique Silva, and this is my cone of experience in badminton lesson. This is my graphic organizer presenting my lesson using the cone of experience by Edgar Dale. And let's start with the verbal, the visual, audio, motion, exhibit, field trips, demonstration, dramatized experience, CE for the customized
Contrive
experience and the
experience.
direct purposeful experience. But before anything else, we have to evaluate or we have to define the word each in the cone of experience. Now, let's see.
Our video for today discusses the Dale's Cone of Experience. You might be wondering of what is the relation of this concept to education, and that is what we are going to learn as we go through. So, for all the on and pre-service teachers who are watching, please don't miss a second and reflect upon the knowledge you'd be getting from this video. Now let us first get to know the proponent of this cone of experience. Edgar Dale was born on April 1900 in Benson, Minnesota. He was an American educator who made several contributions to audio and visual instruction, including a methodology for analyzing the content of motion pictures. He passed away on March 1985 in Columbus, Ohio. Moreover, he made a mark by his cone of experience. So what does Dale's cone of experience all about? Basically, Dale's cone of experience is a pictorial device used to explain interrelationships of the various types of audio-visual media, as well as their individual positions in the learning process. The opportunity for a learner to use a variety or several senses, like sight, smell, hearing, touching, and movement, is considered in the cone is represented by 10-level pyramid. Starting from the top, the level of obstruction is high, up to the base, where the level of obstruction is low, which means for concrete experiences. The cone can be grouped into three according to its learning outcomes. From the first three media, which are the verbal symbols, visual symbols, and audio, people are able to define, list, describe, and explain, and can get mere information. Motion pictures, exhibits, field trips, and demonstration, on the other hand, enable people to demonstrate, apply, and practice on which their cognitive skills can be developed. And for the last three concrete media, dramatized experiences, contrived experiences, and direct purposeful experiences surely enable people to analyze, define, create, and evaluate, which also develop their motor skills and attitude. And for deeper understanding, let us go on to each level. First, text or verbal symbols. Verbal symbols are the principal medium of communication. It bear no physical resemblance to the object or ideas for which they stand. Maybe a word for question, idea, scientific principle, formula, or philosophic aphorism. Its disadvantage is that it is highly abstract.
In the verbal, I will introduce the topic by giving a clue about badminton in text in my PowerPoint because I prefer to have class online. By doing this, by having us our introduction or introductory message or the using our verbal or our speeches, so using this.
Second from the top, pictures or visual symbols. Visual symbols fits the tempo of presentation of ideas, topic, or situation. Very easy to procure and prepare. Limitations are the lack of ability to use the media size of visual simplification leads to misconceptions. Next, audios, recordings.
After letting them about the badminton, I will let them see a picture of any badminton equipment that will introduce to the badminton sport. So in that, I will going to download a photo from Google, and I will let them see in the picture. Also using by the PowerPoint.
Photos. Audios recordings are attention-getting, particularly projected views, concert-sized verbal abstract. Limitations are the sizes of pictures or illustrations, expensiveness or projected materials, and equipment timing difficulties between radio shows and classroom lessons.
Now to introduce in audio the badminton, I will have a props or from any link that introduce them the history of badminton using the audio. Okay, so let's going to have the link or may have the references from any Google about the badminton history, and let us present it by audio.
Next, motion pictures. Motion pictures can reconstruct the reality of the past to feel that we are there. The abstraction level started to get neutral. Now
Next is the motion. I will introduce the badminton equipment using in my PowerPoint presentation, which is the picture that is moving on, fitting the image and the motion, the moving picture with my speech or the lesson that I will going to be discussed, but also about the badminton topic.
let's go on to exhibits. Exhibits are displays to be seen by spectators. They may consist of working models arranged meaningfully or photographs with models, charts, and posters.
Now to have the exhibit, I will have the real equipment to let them see the real one rather than the picture. So using the exhibit, but through the visual meeting or the virtual meeting, we are going to have it in the real equipment, and let us see in our old cameras, and let the screen the screen of the teacher, let them know or see the real one.
Next, demonstrations. It is a visualized explanation of an important fact, idea, or process by the use of graphs, drawings, films, displays, or guided motions. Third,
Demonstration. I will require my student to have their own equipment, at least the badminton racket and the shuttlecock, which will demonstrate during the class. The proper gripping, stance, and serving, and many others that will have to demonstrate during the class using our own cameras.
from the base is the dramatized experiences. Through dramatization, we can participate in reconstructed experience, though the original event is far removed from us in time.
Now let's have the dramatized experience. So in the dramatized experience, I will let them do in actual online moves, which requires them to have video doing the basic footwork drill in badminton, maybe gripping, stance, and serving, but having them the real moves to it. So that's why dramatize, because they were going to dramatize or do the thing that they have learned in actual.
Second, from the base, contrived experiences. We make use of representative models, mock-ups of reality for practical reasons.
relation to dramatized experience, the customized experience, this will let me know that my students or how they are going doing the activity. So they are going to have it in their own cameras, and I will cut them, and I will teach and advise them the right way. So in that way I can have my students that I can notice I will know my students that they are learning.
Next, field trips. Field trips are excursions, educational trips, and visits conducted to observe an event that is unavailable within the classroom.
Since online, I will tour my class by presenting the field in badminton by having the accurate measurement of the badminton court and the do's and don'ts in badminton. Remember, this is just an online class, so we cannot say face to face, and it will only done in the virtual meeting. So, in that way, the field dreams will be having by presenting the field by having the accurate measurement.
And lastly, direct purposeful experiences. It is the first-hand experience which serves as the foundation of our learning. Thus, this concrete concept need to be experienced by every learners. Moreover, it was said,
The last one on the very concrete learning is that the direct purposeful experience. So the video that we'll be creating will be a good help and able to us to know that our student is learning and in direct purposeful. So using the dramatized experience that will be going to have the video online, it is in connection with the direct purpose experience, because if they are going to do it online and then they will do it in the proper stance, the gripping and the serving in their own way, they are part of learning it, and we can see that it is or it has a direct and purposeful experience happening in that way. And that would be all. This is my graphic organizer. Thank you for watching and thank you for your time. Have a good day, Mom. And thank you for everything, Doctor, that you helped me to learn a lot from your lesson. Thank you so much and God bless. Keep safe, Doctor.
average retention rate for various methods of teaching. The farther you progress down the cone, the greater the learning and the more information is likely to be retained. It also suggests that when choosing an instructional method, it is important to remember that involving students in the process strengthens knowledge retention. It reveals that action learning techniques result in up to 90% retention. People learn best when they use perceptual learning styles. Perceptual learning styles are sensory-based. Again, the more sensory channels possible in interacting with the resource, the better chance that many students can learn from it. According to Dale, instructors should design instructional materials or activities that build upon more real-life experiences. And that was Edgar Dale's cone of experience, and information presented are retrieved from the following. Hope you've learned something today. Thank you for watching.